My closeted gay guy best friend roped my boyfriend. I don't know what to do. Plus update. Me and Liam have been best friends since childhood. Growing up, Liam never hung out with the boys and would always join me and the girls to play dress up and tea party. We were essentially inseparable and we would hang out literally every day, all the time, until my second year of high school. It all started when Liam kept talking to me about his new crush that had just moved in next door. Liam wanted me to come to a welcome party they were throwing for the neighbor because he wanted me there for moral support. He was super nervous to talk to his crush, so I agreed, but something very unexpected happened. I ended up arriving at the place, and I saw this incredibly handsome and tall blue-eyed guy sitting outside on one of the patios. I decided that Liam would be fine for a couple of minutes without me, so I decided to try and go talk to this guy. We really hit it off, and I think he definitely liked me back because he asked for my number before we decided to go inside to the party. No matter how hard I tried, my goofy grin wouldn't go down. I was so excited because I had never had any sort of romantic relationship before. I went back inside and after 15 minutes of just browsing his house I found Liam. He was chatting it up with the guy I just exchanged numbers with. Liam seemed awfully touchy considering he is a pretty private and germaphobic person, whereas on the other hand the guy seemed quite annoyed and uncomfortable. I tapped Liam on his shoulder and I asked him whether I could talk to him for a bit. We went to a private corner, and that's when he started to spill the tea. He said, "Did you see that guy I was just talking to? He is the neighbor that just moved in next door." I had just put the pieces together for what happened and quite literally face-palmed. After I explained my side of the story to Liam, he seemed kind of sad and annoyed, but he told me that I should pursue him instead because he probably wasn't interested in a gay like me. I told him I was thankful and really apologetic about what just happened but that I would make it up to him somehow. Over the next couple of months, me and my now boyfriend would spend tons of time together. He was always taking me on fabulous dates, and coming over to hang out. But this meant that my time with Liam drastically decreased. I knew I was spending a lot of time with my boyfriend, but I was hoping Liam didn't mind. I knew he had always hoped for the best for me, but sadly that was definitely not the case. I decided to call Liam and told him to come over, considering that my boyfriend was out of town on a family trip. Liam started acting so prickly, saying things like, "Oh, so now you have time for me, and what about your boyfriend?" I apologized and decided that the only way to make up the time for this was a full-on spa day that I knew Liam wouldn't be able to refuse, and my instincts didn't fail me. So, I caught up with him and he confessed how he was feeling deserted and lonely without me. That's when I said something I knew I shouldn't have. I asked Liam if he wanted to come on a trip with me, my boyfriend, and his friend group. He immediately said yes, and although he was happy, I was biting my tongue for letting that slip. See, my boyfriend gets really weird vibes from Liam and all of my boyfriend's friend group really don't like him. But my dumb self decided to invite him anyway. I wasn't sure how I was going to tell my boyfriend, but there was no going back. I was nervous till the day we had to leave and I ended up not telling my boyfriend. Everyone was waiting in the minivan, and then me and Liam showed up. Everyone went dead silent, and my boyfriend was giving me a shocked/annoyed stare. The whole 5-hour car ride was dead silent, other than when Liam would sing along to Taylor Swift, which definitely made everyone hate him even more. As soon as we got to the cabin, Liam started complaining about all of the mosquitoes and the bugs. My boyfriend pulled me aside while we were walking up to the cabin that we were going to be staying at, and confronted me. He asked, "Why did you bring that guy along? You know none of us like him." This was one of the only times I've seen him get mad. I was about to respond, but that's when I heard an ear-piercing shriek. We went up to see what happened and it was Liam almost crying about how he could never stay in such a filthy one-room cabin. Everyone looked hella pissed at him. They told him to suck it up, and stop acting like a wimp. That evening, the group decided to go cliff diving off one of the nearby cliffs, and one of the guys brought some beers. Liam of course didn't do the cliff diving because it was too dangerous, and he just stayed back to have some beers while everyone took turns jumping. That's when Liam must have done it. After a couple of minutes, my boyfriend said he wasn't feeling so well and said that he wanted to go back to the cabin. A couple minutes later Liam said he just remembered he had to get something from the cabin. Most of us were a bit suspicious, but we were all having too much fun cliff diving to do anything. That evening, we all went back to the cabin. It was pitch black so we couldn't see anything. When I got back to the room, oddly enough I don't remember seeing Liam, but I didn't think much of it until the next morning when I woke up to my boyfriend's raging shouting. He kept yelling, "I'm gonna effing unalive that mother effer." Some of the guys tried to calm him down to ask what happened, and at this point I was absolutely terrified. He yelled, "That mother effer put something in my drink and then touched me." I could see a mix of embarrassment and rage in his eyes. I was too shocked to believe what my boyfriend had just said and I went outside to look for Liam. That's when all of us realized that the minivan was missing, along with all of our stuff. Update after. Liam had stolen our van. We had to call SOS, and after a grueling 6 hours ride and a long cover-up explanation to our parents, we were all finally home. That's when I received a text from Liam. He told me to meet up with him at our spot, so that he could explain his side of the story. I told him how could there possibly be another side to this story. That's when he said that my boyfriend said that he was going to tell everyone he roped him if he didn't leave and never talk to me again. I was shocked, my whole world was shaken and I wasn't sure who to trust. Before I went to meet up with Liam, I told my boyfriend that I planned to meet up with Liam, and that he told me that my boyfriend was blackmailing him into leaving and never talking to me again. My boyfriend's face looked both betrayed and shocked. He told me that he had to come along with me so that he could beat up Liam for all he's done. I told that there was no chance of him coming along, and that I needed to hear his side of the story as well. My boyfriend started saying that his side of the story makes no sense, because why would I act sick, and why would he take all of our stuff? Although my boyfriend was making some good points, I had to go see Liam. That's when my boyfriend gave me an ultimatum. He said I would hate to choose between me or Liam. Either I trusted him or it was over. I told him that he was leaving me with no choice and that I had to go see Liam. Right now I am shaking typing this up in the taxi on the way home after I saw Liam. I am never talking to him again and I desperately need to apologize to my boyfriend.